Hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Lumber Capital Log Yard. When you work with heavy equipment, there always seems to be a breakdown, something that slows production, and it can start to feel as though all you can do is tread water, never moving forward. The inevitable has unfortunately happened, and today we're going to be hearing from the big boss himself all about it. So let's go.
Okay, we're here at 5 Star. This is a rather disappointing situation. We've got major engine issues. I'm still waiting for all the diagnosis to come back. Had an issue last Monday. I had no oil pressure. On Tuesday, the weather was so bad up on the mountain. I don't know if you probably can't see if Em pans. I won't ask her to, but the mountains are all snow covered around here. We couldn't even get a truck in. On Wednesday we finally got one in and decided that the machine ought to come back down to 5 Star. They do a lot of our heavy work. I think they have 5, maybe 6 branches in the Northeast. I've always been very satisfied with them. They do a great job. They do a thorough diagnosis as well. With all that said, what I wanted to tell you about wasn't the issues with the machine so much, because I really don't know where I stand with it yet. But what goes on to even get it here. We had to move the other skidder in that was on the Hemlock site. We had to move that to this site because we weren't sure that we could get the machine loaded as it is. As it turned out, we were able to do so. Now, when you have a lowboy truck in there, you know, it's about $200 an hour, so any wasted time can get very, very, very expensive. So we were able to get the machine right up on it. I was concerned slightly about the snow conditions, but we had such warm weather last week that by Friday, midday, early afternoon, we were able to get the lowboy right to the skidder, so it didn't have to move. I think the engine ran 3 or 4 minutes. The driver did a great job. He backed me right onto the lowboy. Perfect shot the first time through. Got the grapple down the rest position so it could be hauled. But again, the reason I'm doing the video is, you know, I know people are interested in you know, like the entire operation and stuff, and there's so much that you don't see what goes on just to keep things in motion. So here we have a skidder on another log site that we have to get trucked to a different log site just to make sure that we can get this machine loaded. And all of that organizing took about a week. And it probably was a good week for it to happen, because it rained 6 out of 7 days, and then yesterday we had 3/4 of an inch of rain and it finished in snow. And this morning I couldn't get into the log site. It was just a sheet of ice up there. But tomorrow I think we're going to get rolling. Now I have the other machine moved there. That is the other reason for moving it in. But all of this orchestrating just to safely get the machine down here took a lot of organizing, a lot of different people, a lot of mechanics, a lot of trucks, and a lot of moving equipment, like I said, just to make sure that we could even get this machine loaded. So I'm sure Emerald or Jade will let you know in a week or two what we find out about the complete diagnosis. It's going to be costly, I'm sure. So I'm waiting to see exactly what my options are, whether I need to put a new engine in it, or we can go with, you know, we can get away with a repair. I didn't really want to do that kind of repair work on site. Very, very difficult to do when you're laying in mud and snow and ice, and you're yanking engines and dropping belly pans and stuff like that. So With all that said, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully get this machine back up and running next month or so. It might be a little longer, waiting on parts, and get back to it, or start doing what we do best instead of organizing machine moves. Not my favorite thing. So talk to you soon.
My dad was actually pretty reluctant to come down and make this video with me here today because he hates to come off as sounding like he's complaining about his situation. But I know that you all have followed week by week to see our business just progress and grow for almost 5 years now. And for that, I think we owe you just a glimpse into the behind the scenes at what is going on. This is, of course, a really disappointing thing that has happened, and it's not the most positive, which I don't like to bring it to the channel because I like it to be a positive experience for everyone. But if you guys were to hear the amount that it's going to cost us to get this machine back up and rolling, it might shock you. At least it certainly did me. Let me know down in the comment section, because some of my longtime machine operators might feel differently. But it sounds like it's going to cost a minimum of $40,000, and it could cost an upwards of $100,000 to $150,000. That's insane. That's almost as much as our house cost. Of course, now you couldn't buy a house for that much, but 10 years ago you could, right? Anyways, at that, I'll leave you. Thanks for watching today's video, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a great way to support us and our business. But other than that, we'll see you back here next time. Bye.